I need me a hustle to make my money triple double while working my 9 to 5. Got me a bag, but I wanna widen the size. Upgrade what I drive. Vroom, vroom. Money makers in the room. Watch your bank account bloom. Being broke, dead tune. Wanna make the money flip, stay tuned to CHP. The Corporate Hustle Podcast. The Corporate Hustle Podcast. The Corporate Hustle Podcast. CHP. The Corporate Hustle Podcast. The Corporate Hustle Podcast. The Corporate Hustle Podcast. Hey, yo, check dig. You're now tuned in to the Corporate Hustle Podcast with your host, Demisha Samuels, the money flipper, the income accelerator, and head hustler at Corporate Hustle University. CHP. Corporate Hustle Podcast. The Corporate Hustle Podcast. Corporate Hustle Podcast.
Okay, what's up, CHU, right? You gotta unmute yourself in order to go live. That's the first key into doing anything. But for those who do not know, I am Demisha Samuels, and I turn working professionals into entrepreneurs. Welcome. I hope you guys like the intro music, all right? Check it out. If you haven't checked out the podcast episodes, be sure to check out the Corporate Hustle Podcast. The newest episode is starring Dr. Akina Finch, and we talk all things personal branding, LinkedIn. It's quite a great little episode there that you want to check out, plus the other ones, right? Be sure to leave your feedback in the group. Today on this live, what we're going to be discussing is 3 things you need to do when you're launching, even if you don't want to. And before we get started, we do have a challenge that's kicking off on September the 26th. And if you have not registered, it's complimentary. You just go to launchtoprofit.com, right? So launchtoprofit.com. If you have not signed up already for the complimentary challenge that teaches you the who, the what, the when, the why, the how to launch your 6-figure strategy, so that you can get these products, these services, these ideas into the marketplace. All right, so I don't like to waste a lot of time, but there are 3 things that came to my mind that you have to do when you're launching that you might think you're doing, you might, kind of sort of do, you don't want to do it, so that's what's stopping you. But as I was going through my journey of entrepreneurship, these are 3 things that really, really are starting to stand out to me, that if they're not done, you do not launch properly. It just doesn't happen. You don't launch the way you want to. You don't get the profit you want to. You just be out here floundering around, right? So number 1 is, and I know my introverts are going to hate me, is you have to become a social butterfly. So your instinct in the beginning is to be like heads down, doing your work. I'm going to set up my website. I'm going to set up all these things. I'm going to be in the background. I'm not going to be telling nobody what I do. It's going to be a secret, and I'm going to be the world's best kept secret. And then one day I'm just going to pop out and people are going to be like, yes, I'm buying everything. No. In today's world, people want to see your journey. They want to see how you arrived. They want to know you're an expert. They want to know that you didn't just start writing books yesterday. They want to know that you didn't start just launching people yesterday. They want to know everything about you, right? You're not exempt to the things that you see that happens to a celebrity. People want to know what's going on in your life, what you have going on. They just want to know, right? And so they want to come along the journey. Now, whether you choose to tell them or not, or what you choose to tell them or not, is basically based on, your own personal preferences out there. But you can curate a story while you're building your brand, building your business before you launch, so that people are captivated and they want to be a part of it, right? So being a social butterfly is, it doesn't mean that you're here spilling your guts on the internet all day, but it does mean that you are keeping people updated. You're commenting on their posts, you're talking to them, you're curating these relationships. You are, you're just out here socially, whether that's just saying what's on your mind, whether that's giving them a tip, a strategy, showing somewhere you're going, whatever it is, just be a social butterfly, right? And that doesn't just mean online. So I have another tip for you later on. This also means going to meetings, showing up in person to see people. Now that we back outside, it means that you're going to your local chamber of commerce, or you're going to your women's groups, or you're headed to the sorority meetings. You're doing whatever you have to do to get your face visible, to stay what I think what Picture Man calls top of mind, right? So you want to stay on the top of people's mind. You want them to think of you when it comes to your product, your service, your industry, right? And how would you stay top of mind if they never see you? If you're just head down working all the time, they don't know you back here working. They have no clue. So you want to just do what you need to do, in order to make sure people know who you are, what you serve. And we go deeper into that, into the challenge on how do you do that? Like, what does that look like? So no fears, no worries. Make sure you register for the challenge. Um, you have to network. You have to support others before you want to be supported. You have to support others before you want to be supported. So everybody's like, nobody ever support me. But the question is, when is the last time you supported somebody else? When is the last time you shared a post? When's the last time that you clicked a like, you left a comment, right? You're asking people to do something that you don't even do. Like, what they do to that? And that's why your launch ain't going the way you want it to. The second thing, you have to understand what's funding your launch. All right, because a lot of us have expensive hobbies. And so you have to know whether you're funding your launches from your savings accounts, from your credit cards, from your investments, or from your job and your paychecks. And a lot of my corporate hustlers, we are funding our brands, our businesses from our jobs and our paychecks. They're our primary source, and our credit cards probably secondary in there, right? They are our primary source of how we are funding our businesses. So you want to make sure you're launching to profit, which is why I literally named my challenge Launch to Profit, because who wants to take their paychecks and just, throw them to the internet, throw them to these launches and not getting any return on investment? You're not even learning so that the next time you launch better. Right, but we'll get into that when we do this challenge thing. But make sure you know and understand explicitly what is funding your challenge, what is funding your business in the launch of your business. So you have to put marketing dollars out before money comes in. So where is that money going to come from? These are things that you don't necessarily want to think about, but you better. Okay. And that's what this is all about today. This good Saturday morning post, right? All right. Get your social media game up. Now, you guys want to go search for coaches, experts, um, soft people, whatever they're telling you that, hey, you don't have to show up online, but you want to build an online business. That doesn't work that way. If you want to be able to sit at your house and not have to do anything, but then just think people are going to magically click on your links and buy your brands and services, it just doesn't work that way. You have to master social media, right? Nobody wants to tell you this. You have to get it in. You have to learn whether your audience wants you to be live streaming. Do they want you to be tweeting them? Do they want to see your TikToks, their reels? Where does your target audience want to see you? How do they want to see you? And you need to show up there and show out when you get there. You need to be consistent in your message when you arrive. So whatever it is you do, be very consistent. So I know for me, this took forever for me, right? Only because I wanted to give you all the worlds. But I realized at the end of the day, I turn working professionals into entrepreneurs, profitable entrepreneurs. Like, I will have you out here in these online streets building a brand or business that you actually like and makes you money. And that's what my primary objective is, period. Right? Corporate money, corporate hustle. Let's go. All right. You have to build an audience. So whether that's in your Facebook community, people following your podcast, people on your TikToks, I'm not saying that the numbers dictated, but you need a community that will show up for you, that will basically, damn near smack somebody for you. You got to create your beehive. You need some people out here advocating and being in rooms that you're not already in, so that being in groups you're not in, so that when somebody says, oh, who can help me launch my business? I need people out here like, oh, you at Demetia, who can help me with my LinkedIn at Demetia. All right. Okay, that's what you need. You have to build an audience prior to launching. And again, how you do that in detail, we'll be talking about that during the Launch to Profit challenge, right? So go to launchtoprofit.com if you haven't already, right? And I would say this is a shameless plug, but y'all is on my platforms. This is my Facebook group, my YouTube channel. So it's not a shameless plug. We'll get into that. Promotion is not a shameless plug. And then you have to build a know, like, and trust factor with people. And that comes from being online. That comes from going live. That comes from you hearing my voice, you understanding my vibe, so that you know if you want to do business with me, so that you know I'm somebody you want to rock with or sync with or make money with. And how do you do that? You get in these internet streets, you start talking so people understand your point of view. How do you solve problems? How do you bring solutions to the table? Because that's going to be unique to you and you alone. So that's your factor that, switches you up. Everybody knows I'm about making money inside and outside of corporate America, corporate money over here. So when you know that it's hustle time over here, do I sound like a coach, strategist that's going to take excuses? No, because it's execution over excuses over here in my community. I'm for like go-getters, winners, girls who always win, women who are always winning, and they want to continue to do so when they're building and launching their brands. Right. And those are the people that I'm attracted to. Those are people who are attracted to me. And that's what we do over here. So, all that to say, there are things that must be done during your launch, prior to the launch, that you might not want to do, but you better. And that's what this live was about. That's why I came to you on this Saturday morning before the toddler wakes up and terrorizes me for the rest of the day. Is you have to make sure that you're doing these three things: become a social butterfly, understand what's funding your launch, and then making sure you master a social media platform that your audience is on. Now, when you listen to this, do two things for me. Go to launchtoprofit.com, sign up for the 5-day challenge, and two, share this with your biz bestie, a friend, or somebody you know that needs to launch their business. And then, of course, leave your comments, your questions below. Just say hashtag replay when you catch this later on after your mimosas or after your brunch, and let me know, are you already implementing these three things when launching? And what are some things that are stopping you from launching so that I can help you get over that, get past that, and actually get to the bag, get to the money in launching profitably, right? Um, so I'm gonna go look in the comments because I know, you love Facebook, likes to be like dragging behind, but leave your questions in there. I always come back to the thread and answer them. You're always welcome to email me at hello@corporatehustleu.com. But if you missed anything that I said, I suggest you go back, watch the replay. It's not a long live, and I will talk to you all very soon. Let me just check them comments one good time. And good morning to everybody that said good morning. Um, all right. I don't see it. So see no questions. Y'all sure? Going once, going twice, three times a lady. All right. I'll talk to you guys again later.